Hey, how's it going, Hans? What did you message me? They announced this morning that, they've become a subsidiary of, uh, Krafton, which is the company that like, runs PUBG, which normally isn't an issue. PUBG, great game. Not my game, not my kind of game, but great game. And, you know, does well enough. The issue is that Krafton just recently... Oh, okay, are you not in ads? If you're not in ads, I can keep talking. I stopped talking because ads started. Ah, you've got turbo. Righto. Alright. So, the issue is that Krafton is currently undergoing legal issues because, Subnautica, they acquired that company, and then they immediately, like, just fired the founders of the original company that made Subnautica. So they're undergoing, like, legal issues for that. And, yeah. So a lot of people are expecting them to pull bullshit, yeah. They're expecting Krafton to pull bullshit with, Last Epoch now. Hopefully they don't. But, at this point, I don't trust them, so... I agree. Shame. The worst part is the, in the announcement for it, the Last Epoch devs were all, like, super happy and hype about it and everything. And, people started bringing up the legal issues. And the devs are like, oh no, we know about those. It won't happen to us. Well, let's hope they're right. Alright, the ads are finished. I'm not feeling the desire to read everything out today. So I probably won't. Hey, Wolf Fuzzies. Bella, why are you injured?
None shall stand in my way.
I mean, I don't know why I ask. Bella's always with a wound. Or an injury. Like... Oh well, whatever. I don't even think I have any more fights, technically, but I'm gonna be safe. Grim Darkness mode and all that.
I'll lay claim.
I've also decided that I will be doing a hard Last Aslanti Wrath of the Righteous playthrough here at some point. I was thinking unfair Last Aslanti, but after trying it the other day and not being able to get past the third fight, and then going online and looking for videos of unfair Last Aslanti, and the only one that I could find had a lot of video editing with saving and quitting, which I'm 99.99% sure they're doing backup saves and not legitimately Last Aslanti. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna do unfair Last Aslanti, and I'm just gonna go hard Last Aslanti. But I did want to do more Rogue Trader today, so I shall. Oh no, how'd you do that? A reminder, I know, like, next to nothing about the game. I saw you playing it, it looked kinda interesting, and that's about the extent of where I got. After I looked at the price. And after confirming with you that it's essentially,
hopefully they will help to put things back in order.
Done. That's beautiful. That doesn't sound like a mess up at all.
We should deal with
That sounds like you just need to figure out how to farm the XP.
Nothing escapes my sight. I better myself through my service. Duty prevails. Never doubt me. The Emperor favors me today.
Yay, lots of trap
Duty
XP.
prevails. I better myself through my service.
Follow my lead.
Watch out.
Lore Imperium tests depend on fellowship instead of... Yeah, nope. It's not being used by anybody. I don't know. Since Demolition is an agility-based skill, And she has high agility. I also am pretty sure that I get her at, like, level 2, and she already has demolition. But I could be mistaken on that. I could get her at level 1. I don't think I do, though. I think it's like level 2 or 3. You know, I said I wasn't going to read it out, but... Oh, the Arbites is very nice. The Arbitrator background is second only to the Psyker background currently. One moment. I'm going to change my title slightly. There we are. Yes, you can get a Cyber Mastiff, you can have a Cyber Eagle, you can have a Servo Skull Swarm, or you can have a Cyber Raven. And that is not actually from the Arbitrator itself, that's from the Overseer archetype, which is a T2 archetype. People, children among them, huddled in fear. They have black holes where their eyes used to be. An elderly citizen is yelling at some person named Harold. Harold's trying to burn their eyes out. What are you doing to these unfortunates? I'm the chief. Elderly citizen says to spare us. Yeah. I love Pascal's dialogue. Cognition's not your primary function. You are saving your kin by holding them at gunpoint and believe that burning their eyes will grant them sight. It is evident that the author of the demagogic teaching that confused you meant to make a mockery of your deplorable intellect. Pascal's too good, yeah. Yeah, I will actually be going the Overseer route in this character, and be grabbing a, Cyber Skull Swarm. Or a Servo Skull Swarm. That. I'm gonna do the logic test here because it gives some XP. You've been torturing your own family in order to save them. You've been blinding them so that they could see the truth. 5 XP. Oh, I have more here. Those who lack faith cannot grasp the truth and will not be saved. Think about it. What good has the Final Dawn done for anyone at all? Some have died, some have had their eyes burnt out, some have gone insane. But they said the end was near. They promised salvation. I wanted nothing else. There's no washing the blood from your hands, but you could at least let us go. Like an iconoclast here. Your family may go, and so may you, but make sure I do not ever see you again. You get +3 iconoclast, and they disperse.
It's about time.
Cast your eye there. When the faithful are
Argenta.
idle, heresy grows.
Come over here.
Pay attention. Onward. The Emperor favors me today.
Really close to that level 13.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Hans, if I did a Wrath of the Righteous playthrough, is there any mythic path you would like to see? Also, Hans, since I know that you are very keen on watching YouTube videos at 2x speed,
I won't.
I have been
tolerate
uploading all of my
weakness.
VODs to YouTube, if that interests you at all. That is fair. Nice. We got a level up just walking in here. That's how we like to see it. Alright, what am I doing here? It's been like 3 days. I don't remember what the shit I was doing. It is here. And I had written down this is level 13. 13, 14, 15, yeah. Alright, let's see. What do I want? I could go commanding voice, but I'm mostly going to be buffing with the servo skull swarm soon, so that doesn't matter too much. Resolve divided by 2. I could go focus. I do like that. Hey Kyo, how's it going? Hope all is well. When the officer uses an ability that grants movement points to the target, the officer also gains half that number of movement points. That's kinda nice. Better now that you got Huh. Ah. Okay. That makes more sense. Are you, getting the same pay, or...? At least same pay? Oh, that's sick then. That's like the ideal scenario. I miss Seize the Initiative being what it used to be, but it was broken. I'm just gonna go March. And here I was going Commerce? Commerce. Bella, you are... I don't have dual weapon combat yet, do I? I do not. Alright. We take dual weapon combat there. That's awesome. I'm so happy that you have, like, a really good manager. Holy cow. We maxed out Medicaid, we maxed out Awareness. Demolition, I guess? Abelard! What am I doing with you? Either vigorous training or impetus. And I think I'm gonna go rigorous training for now. Well, do I? I'm sure it's fine. I'll go rigorous training for now. And here... I'll give you a little bit of Medicaid because you're able to use medkits. Not gonna be, like, great, but... tertiary skills generally aren't anyway, so... Helps that you were work friends before she became your... Ah, yes. That does help. Argenta... I have you going... What did I get here? Bolt weapon expert? Yeah, okay. I can take muzzle velocity. Yeah, I'll take that. First hit of each ranged burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire. That is pretty nice. And then I'll take heavy weapon proficiency because it's a common talent and I have need of common, or this is a common talent that I can take. So I'll be able to use heavy bolters with her once we get to the point where there is one. Pascal, I have you going probably improved tactics. And I have int, perception, This will be my second perception, and then I can get the the final ballistic skill here, I think. And you are almost always getting these. Tonicity is always good. Unblinking Stare's not bad. What did I have for this level? I think I had Tonicity. So I will go Tonicity. My current build, I will showcase that here in just one moment. Persuasion. Awareness. We're going awareness. Alright. So my current build is I am a Voidborn officer with the noble background. And I'm going Lore Imperium and Commerce as my primary skills. But I will be an all-around skill monkey because of Be Smart. Anytime an ability or talent uses the Fellowship bonus, a Voidborn character can instead use their Intelligence bonus if it is higher. So I am an Int officer. And I will just be Int stacking. I grabbed Lasting Impression so that when I use Voice of Command, it gives the full bonus for the first turn, and then half of its bonus for the rest of the combat. So that's nice. When the officer uses Voice of Command or bring it down for the first time in combat, it costs 1 AP less, which is, you know, just action economy things. Air of Authority. The officer increases an ally's resolve by my resolve divided by, 2 plus my resolve divided by 3. So 5 in this scenario until the end of combat. And resolve is what increases momentum for you to be able to use your ultimate abilities. I don't remember what they're called in this game, but your ultimate abilities essentially. Contagious Luck. Using a non-damaging ability on an ally grants that ally the ability to re-roll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success for 1 round. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. Using a non-damaging ability on an enemy grants them a 20% chance to fail a successful dodge or parry test against any character for 1 round. Over here, Air of Authority immediately grants momentum to the target equal to the target's resolve. This just increases my resolve by a flat 3, which is nice. I made it so a shield only occupies a single weapon set slot, so that I can use one-handed shotguns and a shield in my main hand, and then some sort of, like, las gun in my offhand. Or in my secondary slot. March. Whenever the officer uses an ability that grants movement points to the target, the officer also gains half that number of movement points. And that is the build so far. I will be going into Overseer, and I will be grabbing the Servo Skull Swarm so that I can propagate my buffs through it.
None shall stand in my way.
But yeah, my, I'm a decent skill monkey here. Lore Imperium and Commerce are like 95 and 90. And then, like, anything that's int or Fellowship based is now int based. So It's 60 at the worst. Which is not far off from, like, some of the, other, like, this one has 2 level ups in awareness, and it's still lower than, some of my skills. Yeah, this one has 2 in athletics, and its athletics is as good as my skills. So, they're not, like, amazing or anything, because they could be, you know, 90, 95, etc. But
A new challenge for me.
decent skill monkey.
Now that the heresy of rebellion has engulfed this entire world, no walls will offer shelter from his furious judgment.
Yeah,
Indeed,
it's...
our only option is to fight to the last drop of blood and secure victory for the glory of the Emperor, or to die in the attempt.
It's a bit of an older build. I don't actually hear people running this too much anymore, the Voidborn Noble Officer. But I kinda just said, screw it. I'm gonna do that and repurpose it to be an Overseer and try and have some fun with that. Over here, this just has some... If I can tech use it, which I can. It has some news about the system I'm in. I don't want to read all of that today. I've read it out 2 or 3 times before. In the previous playthroughs I did. My voice does not want to go through that. Some of it just feels weird not reading out, though. Painfully thin tech priest turns sharply toward you. The sudden movement makes his chromed augmetics briefly clang. His gray eyes, set under furrowed brows, almost blend into the pale skin of his face, and he levels you with a heavy, dour stare. Identification: Unit Logis Quartz Crame. Official trade representative of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. Unit supervises supply routes in the RICAD system, ensures the security of the combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions, and secures mutually beneficial contracts. When the tech priest notices Pascal, his eyes widen, his Vox unit immediately lets out a string of screeching binaric, a tortuously long tirade in which the volume rises and falls seemingly at random. When it is finally over, the omniscience servant bows his head in deference. Unit Quartz Crame requests permission to transfer information. The rogue trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the RICAD system. Permission to transfer information granted. What do you wish to tell me? Haphazard and careless decisions on the part of the RICAD Minoris governor have led to unacceptable consequences. Communication with the Adeptus Mechanicus Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium without delay. Restoring communication with the Electro Priests and ensuring the Sanctum's security are our top priorities. You are the head of a rogue trader dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence and pressure on the subjects of the Imperium. Unit Quartz Crame requests assistance. The actions of the Governor Faisal Raikadi ab Medina af Coronis must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the Holy Monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I observe that this world's authorities lack diligence in the performance of their duties. The statement is true. I will discuss it with the Governor. Show me your arsenal. I want a commercial transaction. Alright, we take these. The Analyst's Helm. We take that. We take the Reflective Shield. And here we sort by cost. And we go with Holy Gifts. We can get the Psychic Body Glove. Once you meet the reputation with them and you have the profit factor, you get access to all of it. You don't need to... It costs nothing, really. You just need to meet the requirements. Which I do like. More medkits. A plasma pistol. A balanced maul. Chip components are 200 each. Do we have a 100? The big things that I want from this are the Ceramite Stormtrooper Carapace, the Metronome, and the Neurohaptic Amplifier. This is good, though. Cool. You can have that for the time being. You get your shield. Where did the shield go? I bought the shield, right? There it is. Don't mind me just being blind, as usual. And then you get these gloves. So every time you're hit with the shield gains plus 5% block, lasts until end of the round, and stacks up to 3 times. Whenever the wearer hits a target with Shield Bash, Double Slug, Fulminating Shot, or Grisly Education, they make a coercion test with a minus 40 penalty. If the wearer succeeds, the target is immobilized. You don't have a lot of coercion, but you will be making Shield Bashes. And then I just have like a billion medkits now. So I will make sure that people have medkits. At least the ones who can use them. And then I'll toss some frag grenades on people too, because why not? Everybody can have a frag grenade. You already have a frag grenade. Alright, cool. Here we are. Basil Raikati ab Medina af Coronis, governor of this star system. Welcome to my temporary headquarters. Yeah, not everybody can equip a medkit. They need special training for it. Which, I mean, makes sense. You don't want someone applying first aid to you if they think, you know, the lung is in the leg or something. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. Versarian. Governor Medina, my greetings. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I never thought that House Orcelio would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present. House Orcelio is grateful for the support that you've provided Uric 5 these many years. Wait, you were stuck in the intro quest? Uh-oh, how'd you manage that one? The governor notices Cabela's clothes, and his eyes go wide. He adds softly and cautiously, "This woman, she's your bodyguard, I presume? Or is she here too?" He stops, choosing not to finish the question. "I'm not seeing the convoy I had sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you that their punishment will be swift and severe." What a curious exchange of pleasantries. Is there some kind of discord between you and Abelard? Ah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. No, of course not. Old misunderstanding. Over a century old by now. It isn't worth your time, Lord Captain. Yeah, no, that's understandable. Well, hopefully with your new work schedule and everything, you will be able to have, or be able to game again. More. In the... the convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage. I will have the personal vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of the House von Valencius. I've received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? My esteemed predecessor died at the hands of cultists. May the Emperor incinerate their souls. The governor frowns, and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor von Valencius, slain, unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. I got another 2 profit factor. Very nice. Good, I'm really glad to hear that. Of course, your lordship, you will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods, my personal reserves. Excellent, your lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming. I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defend the starport. Sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. Are you so confident that you will crush the insurrection soon? My own impression has been the exact opposite. Scores of crazed people with scorched eyes are stalking the city. The insurgents talk of a final dawn, impending demise. Insurgents are using the archenemy's artifacts, enchanted lenses, to perform unholy sorcery. Huh, how did I not... I must have missed a, check somewhere. My kinsman, Conrad Voigtveer von Valentius, has betrayed the dynasty. Voigtveer is a traitor. Why any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two? Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, he mentions the cogitator that I already read. Heinrich von Kalix, an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating in your system. You know where he is? He's at the hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium. It is an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Don't know what his objectives are. Insurgent activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master von Kalix, you should go to the Cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. On behalf of the Priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Haneman, am officially initiating my participation of the operation, in the operation. Must inspect the state of the relic and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. This Magos is part of my revenue. You have no right to give him orders. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that the governor's voice dies down in a low growl of a drilling mechandrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medina clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So this is the negotiation technique that you've resorted to? Do you think this is the first time I've been threatened with a weapon? No, but it could be your last. Pascal's voice is akin to the sound of produced by his drilling implement. Steady and calm, but ready to explode at a moment's notice with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh. I'm heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? Abundantly so. It would be my pleasure to assist the Omnissiah's servant in reaching the sanctum. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Haneman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Ricad system in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life functions cease. But only within the limits of the Ricad system. I feel like I have hiccups. I don't like this. You're Haneman? Glad you're still alive. What has you so perplexed about my companion's name? According to the reports we received, Logis Abel Haneman set off for the hallowed Electrodynamic Cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you are safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master von Kalix? My name is Pascal Haneman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. What do you know about this Abel? Never met him in person. Supervised the work of Ricad Minoris' Lex Mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel. Where, I see. Governor Medina, I intend to gather further information on the person calling himself Abel Haneman. I do not exclude the possibility of it being an ally or alias of my mentor, the Archmagos Amernot. I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logis' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitator that I already read. That is all I wanted to discuss. The arbitrator marches forward relentlessly and halts one step away from the governor, looking down at him. Governor Medina, in the name of the Lex Imperialis, I, Proctor Salamorn Anther, arrest you on suspicion of involvement in the theft of the shipment of the Imperial tithe. Taking into account the state of emergency on this planet, I will permit you to retain your authority under my direct supervision. From this time forth, you will give the Adeptus Arbites your full cooperation, in particular by transferring command of the strike groups and other resources to me. Arrest me? Transfer my resources? Your demands undermine my efforts to suppress the rebellion? Excuse me, Proctor, but this accusation of stealing the sacred tithe is simply... Denying guilt only adds to the suspicions against you, Governor. Now, let us go over everything one more time. The tithe was stolen from your world. You are culpable for this incident, whether you were personally involved or not. You will provide the resources I have requested without objection, as this measure serves to re-establish control over the planet. Comply, or I will consider your refusal an obstruction of the investigation and take steps accordingly. Seems I am left with no other option than to obey your will. As his law-abiding servant, I honor the word of the Lex Imperialis, unless his lordship has anything to say. I would never think to oppose a servant of the Lex. In that case, please accommodate yourself, Proctor, but before I give you the access codes, I must give a protracted self-exonerating statement. There's no need. All information required of you will be obtained during questioning without witnesses, be it your personal guard or the rogue trader. Just you, me, and Galito. Cyber Mastiff lets out a heavy howl, or growl. It sends a shiver down your spine. What's the plan, Proctor? Stop the heretics from taking over the starport and other locations critical to the investigation. At the same time, we will crush the heretics' resistance. Most of them are hiding among the commoners, and a series of concentrated strikes against the residential districts and infirmaries will send them running. That is when we'll finish off the rebel carrion. Blood of the Throne, I will be governing over nothing but ruins and corpses by the time you're done. Have faith in my methods, Governor. I'm not going to depopulate your world. After all, it needs to be able to continue paying the tithe. Killing innocents is unacceptable, even for the sake of saving a world. Aversion to collateral damage is a weakness that heretics exploit to the fullest. While you stand here pitying and hesitating, the enemy is busy fortifying their positions and replenishing their losses. Stalling, dictated by mercy, only magnifies the damage the world will suffer. I wish you luck in your investigation.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Alright, I'm going to see if I can... I think I know where I missed the dialogue check that I needed to get. It might not matter, it might be too late. It could be any number of things at this point, but that's fine. I shall still attempt.
Follow my lead.
I do believe it was this here. Yep. If nothing else, I got 28 XP out of that.
None shall stand in my way.
So from here, I will be heading to the Electrodynamic Cenobium. No. No, I will not. I will be going and doing the railway first. Nope. Alright, that's fine.
I won't
Return to
tolerate
Void Ship.
weakness.
And it's that time of the hour. Ads are going to play for 3 minutes. It disables the pre-roll and mid-roll ads for the next hour. I don't do anything in the meantime, so nobody misses out on any content. And I shall catch everyone in 3 minutes. the ads. There seems to be a delay between my two ad trackers. There we go. The ads have definitely finished now. And I shall continue. First things first, though, I want to buy some things. Cost. Alright, that gives us a lot of stuff here. We need 1,000. That's 400. That's 1,000. Now I need 2,000 for this one. I'll hold off on that for the moment. The Pneumo boots are really nice, but I can't afford the Metal of Alacrity yet anyway, so no big deal. Here... just higher armor penetration than the one that I'm using. Sure, why not? And are there any other weapons here? I'm not going to be using this. I'm not going to be using this. Don't believe I'll be using this. Not going to use this. I'll throw the power maul in here, I guess. Seven to 10, 6 to 11. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, I think I like what I have on more. Here. You can have that. And that goes to cargo. I mean, it's just an upgrade. Yeah, and then this goes to cargo. That's fine. Alright, what do we have here? I'm not dogmatic. I don't know if I want to be using this anymore. It was nice for a while, but I'll hold on to it for a bit still. Pascal. +3 logic. If I need to do a logic check, I can always swap back over. But this is just kind of nice. If he kills a target that has an exploit using single or deadeye shot, the nearest enemy immediately gains an exploit. What does the Horrors of the Warp effect do? -5 to weapon skill, ballistic skill, willpower, strength, and resolve. For difficulty tier, the demon for 1 round. Alright. You're not wearing anything else. You can wear that for the moment. You can wear that. %, dodge reduction to the wearer's melee area of attacks. I think death from above counts. Pascal, you can wear this. Alright. I think we're good. You can wear this because you don't have anything else to wear at the moment. We go to the freight line. Welcome to Freight Hub, LD-987-A14. Lord Captain, I'm Edic Frenzo, Captain of the Enforcers and the Lower Deck, Bay LDA-14. Master at Arms has assigned me to be your liaison for the duration of your stay here. Lord Captain, would you like to inspect the control room or to begin your search for the Temple of the Bloodspun Web? Just thinking about the prospect of walking around the lower deck wounds your refined senses. Ah, yes, noble blood. Your mind conjures vivid images of filth and poverty hanging in the air, seeping out of every crack, gnawing their way through your skin. Seems you were prepared for my visit. How did you and Sarabek know I was coming now? Master at Arms ordered us to be on standby after the Bloodspun Web openly invited you to visit their temple. We've been awaiting your arrival every day since then. You know how to reach the Temple of the Bloodspun Web? Sorry, Lord Captain, I do not. No one knows. The cultists are too adept at hiding and keeping their secrets. And it worries me that you might have to walk around the entire compartment looking for the temple. Why are you worried? Is there a problem with this compartment? Lower decks are not suitable for someone of your status. And it's not just the grime or the crowds of brutish laborers. I suspect that the entrance to the temple is hidden in some corner where you might encounter criminals or contagious outcasts. Such ghastly places you describe. We are not headed there, are we, Lord Captain? I hereby offer you my assistance, Captain. I shall conduct an inspection and then share my thoughts on how to change this place for the better. But in that case, I urge you to remain vigilant. The freight trains move at great speeds, and the inhabitants of the residential units are despicable rabble. One must never drop one's guard around them, and Emperor preserve you from stumbling into the pestilence pit. That's where the madmen and the lepers live. Tell me about this station. Who maintains this hub? This is a lower deck freight, residential, and artillery bay. Traffic controllers, they're technomats. There's also an enforcer squad employed here, a team of Inferni, and the clerks. And a single Medicae officer. A fine chap whose medicine of choice is a bullet. May the God Emperor forgive him. Not every void ship can boast of its own railway. That is true, usually higher class ships are the ones that get trains, but it's far from the greatest thing a rogue trader's warrant can see done. What is the situation on the lower decks? Most of the locals unload trains and sort provisions. We give maintenance jobs to the more capable ones. The rest are reserve workforce. Whenever crew are lost on a deck, we find replacements from among those rats. The rabble cause you no problems, I hope. Surely you're joking, Lord Captain. The rabble are base in nature, and mutiny is always on their minds. I've learned enough. Be steadfast in your duty. The Emperor protects.
A new challenge for me?
A symbol from the blood-spun web. Carved in blood. Or painted in blood. They scrubbed the deck 3 times right before I came. Is this the welcome you give the rogue trader? Whoever had the audacity to leave this behind? This appalling symbol? I will see to it that the Master-at-Arms calls them to account herself. Damn those, how did they even examine the mark? You've seen this sort of symbol before? Death cultists carve bleeding marks like this into their own skin? Damin Zen, remember this sign? It is the beginning of your quest, the first blood trail. Scrub it out this instant, and punish anyone who had... Nah. You know what this mark is? Resembles one of the symbols associated with the blood-spun web. What was it called again? The Song of Trailing Blood, I think? It's a prayer familiar to many in the compartment. We've heard spinners say it when they, well, perform their signature acts to the service of the service to the Emperor. What is the Song of Trailing Blood? From what I can tell, it's something like a prayer with several verses that tell about the life of one of the cult saints, Ariane, or the matriarch spider, as they call her. So I'm invited to follow a trail of blood, it seems. I accept the spinner's invitation. Hope you find what you're looking for and return to the upper deck safely.
Upper deckers avoid coming here. But how can one live aboard the flagship, only to turn...
This is the last of the hub's vials for this work cycle. Do you have any idea how much it costs? $57 ration cards. Swear it's all I got. Spent the rest on Rotgut again, I'm guessing. I'm not doing you any more favors. Give up the drink or get used to life in the pestilence pit. Ugh. Hope you get hit by a train.
It's about time.
Oh, what do I have here? Plus, or minus 10 penalty to all skills. How do I get rid of that? Can I get rid of that just by,
Follow my lead.
Yep, it got rid of it. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Plus, it shows back up when I go down there, which it could. That would be kind of funny. In which case, I will deal with it, because I'd have no choice. It did not come back. Cool.
None shall stand in my way.
Here we see another symbol. Pascal, open it for me. Abelard, don't fuck it up.
Was a good idea.
Abelard, what did I say? At least we didn't get injured.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
We'll try it again.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Gotta get that XP for it.
Unexpected result.
Alright.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
We have a burnt man here. Who are you? What happened to you? He's a cleaner. He was in his house asleep. Enforcers came to set fire to it. Didn't make it out in time. Get some enforcers and Medicaid personnel in here now. There's a man in need of revival. Once he is recovered, assign him to be a scribe's apprentice. He is too badly injured. You go back to a worker's life. +3 iconoclast. He thanks me. You know anything about the mark next to you? The spinner came, painted the symbol, then he gave me water and whispered a strange verse. Told me to memorize it and to recite it later so that help would come. And here you are. And so he recites it. Help is on the way, just a little longer.
A new challenge for me?
Heinrich Montag, we seek the Lord Captain. What an unexpected encounter. What brings you to this compartment? The famous cuisine and magnificent vistas, no doubt. I seek the Bloodspun Web's temple. You know where they're hiding? Don't have the foggiest idea, and it's probably for the best. I have my hands full as is. What are you doing here? Here to patch up Savage, locomotive number 3, under the Tech Priest's supervision. It's a favorite of his. Every couple of years, Savage gets mad, his boiler catches fire, and starts spitting steam at the repairman. Guess who they call to take care of him in these situations? The Inferni, of course. When he's in a good mood, the feeling you get standing at his levers and speeding down the freight line is indescribable. Cannot turn down an offer. Because he offers me to join him and potentially drive it a little. The panel before you is covered with technical runes, lumens, and levers. The platform shakes with the boiler's mighty vibration as the iron beast beneath your feet growls and snorts ferociously. The machine is angry and refuses to obey. Right now, Savage is powered only by the auxiliary maneuvering engine. We will need to start the main rotor if we want to take a trip down the freight line. Initiating the train blessing algorithm. Let not corrosive wear separate the wheel sets. Let the traction drive receive the touch of the motive force granted by the invisible hand of the Omnissiah. Let his grace strengthen the joints and supports that lift the body above the decay of mortal tracks. Hear me, driver, and praise the machine god thrice. For it is only by his will that the miracle of sacred locomotion is accomplished. The blessing has been successfully executed. What should I do? He tells me to put hands on big lever, gently pull. So I grasp the lever and gently pull. Erratic jolts shake the platform, and an indignant groan emanates from the depths of the machine. An intense shudder passes through the lever and into the palm of your hands, and there is a strange feeling of emptiness in your stomach. Savage's fiery heart is stirring. You feel it? There's so much energy and defiance in him. Pull the lever toward you, smoothly but firmly, then pump the fuel with this command rune. Unruly and defiant, but submits to a strong hand, much like yourself. Pull the lever and pump the fuel. Now you're feeling his real power. He can run down the entire freight line in a minute, given the chance, and kill everyone who rides him at that speed. Now try applying some thrust to the main rotor. Grab those paired levers and give them a firm tug. What? Mouth is not working. Reach for the ornately carved levers and awaken the beast. Looks like Savage has agreed not to kill us both. His tech priest guardians will be pleased. Change of plans, full speed ahead. We're heading down the freight line. I don't think I've actually done this before. Not quite, your lordship. I said Savage is not dangerous, but not dangerous ends right here. He might just pull a stunt and bake us to death during the ride, and it would be better if the ship did not lose another Lord Captain. Aw, darn. That was most intriguing. I'm pleased. Could I have wished for anything more, your Lord Captain? Have a good trip.
It's about time.
Here we have a flute player doing a scam with a rat. Man with odd-looking goggles, pushed up on his forehead, hands wrapped in worn leather gloves, plays a tune on a handmade flute. Next to him, a stack of crates supporting some kind of game board. Scruffy Rat is rolling a small glass balls on the board. Several workers empty their pockets and start throwing ration cards, bolt nuts, and even a few power panels into a small chest near the board. The flute player winks at the crowd and switches to a different tune. The rat squeaks excitedly and starts rolling the colorful balls the players have chosen around the maze of tunnels on the board, but not a single one reaches the goal, a hole marked with a red circle. The rat just rolls all the balls off the board or into dead ends. Once the first group of players get their hopes dashed and leave empty-handed, new workers immediately take their place. Watch the rat. The rat scurries around the board, spurred on by the flute. Movements appear erratic at first glance, but after a while you notice how Consistently, the balls seem to miss the goal at the very last moment, while the rat's clumsy, amusing scampering distracts the spectators. Its nimble tail directs the ball away from the hole. I listen to the tune. Rat's movements, from the flicks of its tail to when and where it pushes the ball, obey its master's wordless commands with uncanny precision. The notes, the pauses, the rhythm, every part of the melody serves as a signal to the flute player's tiny assistant. I toss a coin into the chest, a fine show. Many people notice me. Many start whispering prayers. Many a grand story of the Lord Captain's generosity is told, and I swear it on my own flute. Today I will add another. To a fortune peddler, the Lord Captain's grace is a gift of fate from fate itself. Perhaps you would like to trade us some of that Captain's fortune of yours, Lord Captain? Gesture at the board, are you suggesting we play a game? Please bless our little lark with your attention. I cheat. This should be amusing. The man readies his flute, and the rat dives under the board. You hear clawed feet scrabbling against the crate, and a few moments later, a green ball pops out of the center. You have already seen through the flute player's performance. You listen to him play and watch the rat closely. Then at a certain point, you start tapping your fingers on the edge of the crate, adding your own rhythm to the tune. The rat scrambles in confusion, mistaking your commands for those of its master, and starts rolling the ball toward the goal. Cleverly done, your lordship. I had no doubt that you would be a worthy opponent, and your strategy, I think I will keep it in mind for my future games. Cut a button from my sleeve and throw it to the man. For the entertainment. Thank you for this generous gift. These folks will shower me in ration cards to get their hands on something that belonged to your lordship. Fortune gave me the brightest of its smiles today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I certainly won't forget my fateful meeting with the Lord Captain.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Follow my lead.
Here, there's a dead man. Sinewy, middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on the blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely and his hands clench into fists. Just as you begin to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns toward the tracks. He leans forward. Abelard, do something. Abelard barks out, in the name of the dynasty, I command you to step away from the edge and explain the misdeed you were about to commit. The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance. In the dim lumen light, you notice old scars scattered all across his body. This was a former death cultist. He kind of lost his way. The Lore Imperium. Yeah, death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. Your eyes always return to the blood symbol. What do you know about it? Symbol of the blood-spun web. I can't come here every watch, but it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day. You have come to take me to the other side? I do not know you. Death's gaze is not upon you. But then why? Why is it here? Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my final assignment. His final assignment was to take his own life. So the spinners simply let you go. They made no attempts to find you and kill you. There was no pursuit. I thought that I'd see their black blades the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life, but the terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself, but no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered, Sabraid has gone to the Undying One. They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I've lived like this for 20 years, like a coward, like a dead man. You're ordered to die, for what reason? He killed people he wasn't supposed to, essentially. You do not sound particularly remorseful. I've spent years in remorse. I'm tired of it. Have you killed any more innocent souls since you ran? No, I've been afraid to touch my own knife since that day. Thought it might just stab me on its own, but the temptation is always there. You're a coward and a butcher of the innocent. I will purge my ship of your existence. The Undying One is death. Truly, it is better to die for him than to live for yourself. This he forgot.
Victory awaits!
I wish I'd stop having, like, mini hiccups. They're getting real annoying. How many times do I need to tell you, ungrateful maggots? Mistakes must be paid for. Have mercy in the throne's name, I beg you. Your gracious lordship, a hand to the God Emperor, save your unworthy servant. This guy stole some, ration cards from somebody else. The, Enforcer is trying to take all of his ration cards now. And it also comes to light that the Enforcers are taking ration cards that they shouldn't as well, occasionally. So, you know, just standard corruption things. Ah, yes, the Echo of Torment. Because I was also tortured at some point. I intend to hear this man out. This guy gives me his spiel. Enough whining. You and your pals lifted a box of Nutribars a few watches ago. You quarantined the hub for 20 watches and refused to give out rations if we didn't have cards. Cards we had no way to earn. Am I to understand that the Enforcers are appropriating earnings from workers after their shifts? The Enforcer denies it. You both deserve punishment. Strip the arbitrary Enforcer of his rank and give lashes to the thief. Didn't expect that now, did you? Once my back stops hurting, we'll see how brave you are without your baton. A sullen, red-bearded man with keen black eyes draws your attention. His oddly piercing gaze seemed to size you up the whole time you were speaking. But now he has hastened to conceal himself behind the gawkers. Next thing you know, you're watching him hurry deeper into the tunnels. The discharged Enforcer, surrounded by spiteful leers, glowers at the crowd as the beaten worker laughs uproariously, seemingly far more pleased with the other's misfortune than troubled by his own sentence. And I have another penalty. It's just a perception, though. I don't think my perception was particularly good to begin with. Yeah, it was 30. So I don't know if I even care. It'll go away once I go back onto the... deck. Or the bridge, or whatever. 60%, let's try. Negative. Alright, well, now he's fatigued, so I'm gonna have to go back anyway. I had to try.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
There should be something in here. My God. Would you fools stop with the ladder? Alright, anyway.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Here we have goods. And we'll head back. After we... yes, the goods are over there. Yeah, I'll take care of that after I come back. We go to the bridge. It did not go away. I see. Oh well. Again, that one I'm not too worried about. It'll go away on its own eventually. Why is that beggar printing?
None shall stand in my way.
I'm sorry, my dude. You are the sacrifice today. Goodbye.
It's about time.
I'm not going to be using the power pick, so that just goes right in there immediately.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
There's some goods here.
A new challenge for me.
There's a fight in here.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Who are you? There's not supposed to be anyone here. Ah, it doesn't matter. Identify yourself. Take a closer look at the suspicious individuals. Makeshift armor peeks out from beneath their ragged clothes, and their battered weapons display a patchwork of crude repairs. The group stares longingly at the rack, where the good plasteel gleams, restlessly clutching their humble weapons. Abelard, help these wretches realize the full extent of their unenviable position. Before you stands Lord Captain Zen von Valencius, master of this vessel, and everything on it, including those goods you're pawing at with your unwashed hands, and your miserable lives as well. What are you gawping at? Hurry up and bend your backs, as is right and proper. He tries to make excuses for what's going on. He tries to make it sound like he's helping by being a thug. I ask about why they all have their little fingers cut off. It's to show membership to their gang or whatever. Tell me why I shouldn't execute you on the spot. And we attack. What in the void have I been standing here making speeches for? Thought we had ourselves an alright Lord Captain, but no, he's the straight-laced type. Bring it on then, your lordliness.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
Spare none of them!
Alright, so a handful of them are going first. I'll throw Argenta here. I will be here. Cassia, you can be there. Cabela, I'll throw you here. Pascal, you can be here, and that leaves Abelard, who should be able to take a couple hits on his own, so he'll be there.
Hold on.
What were you aiming at? Ow!
Let's get to it. Out of my way. Here we go.
I legit can't tell who they're firing at. They're just firing so randomly. So, if we shotgun here...
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Then we
Faith
run and
without
gun.
deeds is worthless.
And we go here.
Guided by faith.
Argenta's gonna get fucked up because none of them actually fell over. We tried though. Wow, she dodged. Color me impressed.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty. An exemplary strike.
We shall taunt.
Indeed.
And stalwart defense. Can I only get 2 of them? Only 2 of them. That's fine. Cabela. Cabela. This is going to be problematic. You could hit Argenta if I do that. Oh, right. I can just have you come up here.
Blades and shadows.
And then I can have you Blood Oath
As on
the
our
gunner.
days.
Then you can come up here, and you can leap back
I
here.
will leave footprints of scarlet. My blade whispers your name.
Then you captive
I shall
audience
not fail.
into Blade Dance.
Let your soul be purged.
Yeah, this is all fine. Cassia, Waking Nightmare them.
I'm a navigator, not a servitor.
I don't think there's any way for you to lidless gaze without just absolutely wrecking them. So I'll have you come up here and voice of command. Argenta? No,
Isn't this a job
Abelard.
for the serfs?
Into giving Abelard yet another turn.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
There we are. Pascal is here. You have a 95% chance to hit this one.
My vow is to serve.
First things first, though.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Alright, here I will just super buff Argenta the best I can. Voice of
Suits
command.
my purposes.
Air of authority.
Already done.
Bring it down.
Suits my purposes.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
There we are. And then I can try to hit with a toxic needle. Nice. I actually hit, and it did a fair bit of damage. Any shot that I can get the kill here? No.
All to it.
But they can die to the toxin now.
Let's make it quick.
I will not die in dishonor.
Let's get to it.
I will endure.
Argenta. If I have you move here. You can fire this way. Yep, that'll do. We'll have you move there.
The Emperor will be undone.
Fire down like this so that you don't hit Cabela.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Revel in slaughter.
Faith
Run
without
and
deeds
gun.
is worthless.
And then you run right up here. Or maybe here. Yeah, maybe here's fine, and then you just try and hit both of these. Or you try and knock this one back. I don't know. Try and knock this one on its ass, I guess.
Rejoice in battle.
That worked. Abelard.
Victory is
Endure. Charge.
Grey hair, sure hair.
And then taunt. And you can even shield bash somebody.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Cabela. Come on up here.
As the tenants demand. Trust me. My blade whispers your name.
There should be a way for me to hit just him, because it shows it up here. But I can't find it. Oh well. This is fine. You can just bring it down on Argenta, who will blast the leader.
For you, my Emperor.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Pascal. We analyze and then do damage.
Forward. Running binary override.
Joint analysis.
No.
shall not fear.
Buff Cabela a little.
My time
We give
is
Argenta a
now.
full turn here.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. It's why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands.
Free
I act.
reload.
Eradicated. I'll do it.
Okay, that's fine. I Air of Authority Cabela,
Nothing I can't do.
and I can give Abelard an extra turn.
It will be done.
Hold on.
The other side awaits.
Let's get to it.
Target well struck.
Oh, my faith shields me.
Alright, and then we come up here.
I will bathe this battlefield
And just
in
blast
righteous
it.
Fury. Faith without deeds. Strife is a prayer.
Easy fight. And on that note, it is time for ads to play again. They will play for 3 minutes. They disable the pre-roll and mid-roll ads for the next hour, and I don't do anything in the meantime, so nobody misses out on any content. I shall catch you all in 3 minutes. Alright, the ads are finished. We continue. This is better than what I was using, and I will take a second one. The rest can go over there. But it's essentially the same thing I'm using, but with one more deflection. No reason not to use it on the heavy armor wear. The Ripper. Eh.
My success is an irrefutable
I'll lay
certainty.
claim to the stars.
Alright, and then I will head back here once more. We have some injuries. I would like to get rid of them without using medkits. Even though I have a bunch of medkits, I'd rather use them for in-combat healing than out of combat getting rid of injuries when I can just walk and get rid of them. To the bridge. My perception seems to still be affected. I hate that it takes me out of the captain's quarters every time I come up. Kind of annoying. Back to the freight line. We are very close to a level up. There's still something in here that I haven't found yet. Which is weird, because I have a lot of people with awareness. Is that the rogue trader himself?
I won't tolerate.
Alright. 85% athletics. And there's an 85% athletics to go
Compared
back.
to naval service, that was barely a challenge. Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Cool. Grab that. We come up here. There's stuff to grab here.
Follow my lead!
My warp sight reveals something.
We should deal with this.
It's about time!
Is anybody else hungry? I'm kind of hungry. Maybe I'll go get myself a nice bowl of soup. Looks so appetizing, right?
A new challenge for me? We need to investigate.
Alright. Foreman. The day the Lord Captain wandered into our slum will be remembered in legends. Locals and enforcers call me the Foreman. I have no other name. You might say I'm in charge here, in this hole of a place. Give the Foreman a pile of ration cards, hand these out to the people. You'll know who needs them the most. He opens and closes his mouth in astonishment. Lord Captain, you've just helped some good families survive. I'll divide the cards among them. And be sure to tell them it was your lordship who did them this good turn. Saw you in the marketplace. What were you doing there? Watching one of my workers take a beating. Feel sorry for the lad, but there was nothing I could do. What are you cooking in the vat? Soup made from mold slime and technical drain water. Been simmering here in this vat for at least 200 years, non-stop. Give me some of that soup. Let my servants see that any food is a great blessing. Don't think that's a good idea. Mold slime is something of an acquired taste. Takes 2 years, maybe 3 for your stomach to get used to it. Pour me a bowl. I know what I'm doing. Tasty. As you wish. Foreman hands you a bowl of hot, viscous sludge. The smell could be worse, probably. It is soup. I'm going to be sick. Substance analysis complete. The outlook is dim. It is recommended that you dispatch authorized units to locate an appropriate successor. Sweet. It's a 50-50. I like these odds. A bubble rises out of the soup and bursts with a malodorous squelch. You can feel your noble insides protest against the crime you're intent on committing. Not too late to come to your senses. Many fine delicacies have a foul smell and an unsightly appearance. Onward to culinary discoveries. Oh, I failed that check so hard. I just barely missed it. All characteristics are reduced by 10. Whenever the character suffers any damage, they must pass a toughness resistance test or fall prone for 1 round. Any healing received removes this effect. Until now, you would have struggled to imagine the taste of rotten grox meat seasoned with bad eggs, sour wine, dirt, and engine oil. Now you understand it perfectly. You regurgitate your stomach's contents back into the bowl, cursing your decision in agony. An outcome most unanticipated, was it not? Abelard thumps your back caringly as you fight off another wave of nausea. The foreman raises his voice to the crowd. What are you lot looking at? Off you go before I close up the vat for a week. The grins on the worn-out faces turn to sour grimaces as the crowd disperses and the queue reforms. Lord Captain, I beg another second of your attention. Please accept this humble gift from us, the common people of the Bay, for all the good you do us. Most precious thing we could get for your lordship. Alright, well, back to the bridge we go so that I can cleanse myself of this. On the other hand, I did get a level up.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Alright, we get our level here. So I maxed out int and ballistic skill. What was I going with next? I guess willpower? Sure, why not? And then I can get you kill it so that I grant an extra 1 AP to a servant if I've dealt damage to it before. Do I grab that one? I could get you go on. 2 extra movement points every turn is nice. You do something. I could do that. Is there anything else I could go? I could take just a flesh wound. +5 extra int, just for the sake of it. It would be +5 to all skills, essentially. It's tempting. Grenadier also is tempting, because I don't do a lot of damage with weapons, so I could lob grenades if I have the extra points for it. I think I'm torn between Grenadier and characteristic training intelligence. I think I'm gonna go intelligence, though. Yeah, I want that extra 5 int for the skill checks. And it will allow me to get to the next tier of int faster, more frequent. Like one tier of level up sooner. I'd be able to get it at, what is this? 16, 17, 18? No, that's not. What is it? 19, 20? Instead of 21? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Either way. It's +5 to a bunch of different skills. Bella. Let's see here. I'll go toughness. And then I either took escape artist or death warden earlier. I took death warden, so I take escape artist now, I think. Abelard, what do we have here? I will give you strength. And here... Stronger together? Yes. Stronger together. Argenta. You come over here, and what do I get? Another common talent. What do I want here? I could go doing my part. She is my only soldier in the party. And she will also be my only arch-militant in the party. Arch-militant. Right? Yes, I do believe. I could go doing your part, or doing my part. What would that give her?
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby.
It would
A
give her
child
a
saved
free
from
rapid
death.
fire
1,000
or
heretics were
concentrated
burning
fire.
alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Is that enough? Do I care enough about that? Cleansing Faith is not for any weapons she'll be using. I could go Grenadier. I could go... It Will Not Die, which doesn't really feel like enough. Yeah, let's go Grenadier. She won't be using them often, but at least it's something. Yes, kaboom. And then Awareness. Pascal. You're taking Ballistic Skill. And... I feel like I grabbed something earlier that I wasn't supposed to. Right. I know exactly what I did. Alright, in that case... I will... What do we want? What do we want? Every time Pascal uses plasma or melta weapons, his damage with these weapons increases by 10%. Stacks. If Pascal does not shoot for 1 round, he loses all stacks. He is going to be a plasma guy eventually. So I think I'll just take that for now. And over here... Fellowship, I'm guessing? And then we... take one of these, I just don't know which one I want. 5 fellowship and an additional 1 fellowship for every navigator talent or navigator power taken. Yep, sure. Extra fellowship is nice.
Blessed be the road that we take.
Victory awaits!
Ah, I see. Alright. It's gonna be that way. I'm going to go to the bunker. And then immediately go back to the ship and see if anything clears off of me. I see. Okay. This is fine. I like my perception score right now. Such a beautiful perception score. Full 10. I wonder what happens if it reaches 0. Kinda want to try it. Alright, let's see here.
I am at your service.
Abelard, heal me.
I stand in recognition. I tire of idleness. Let's move.
There we go. Now it's just my perception that's lowered. That's fine. Here, Abelard, you get an extra med kit.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Rom-com anime level of perception skill? Yup. I don't know, it might be 10 too high for that, schlup. How you doing? Hope all's well. Plasma pistol is just going to go into the cargo. Once I get like an actual plasma gun, I'll probably give it to Pascal though.
Excellence matters.
Crates are typically used to transport weapons. The worn away markings make it impossible to determine where the shipment came from, and the scuffed surface indicates that the crates have been moved frequently. An old man in pitiful rags listens intently to the sound of your footsteps. A stinking piece of cloth is wrapped around his eyes, with greenish pus oozing out from under it. The old man lays his trembling hands protectively on the heap of junk that serves as his bed, as well as his table. An empty beggar's mug makes a clinking sound next to his withered leg. A strip of dried ration meat into his mug. Here, have something to eat. Could this be a true miracle of the Emperor, or is it another dream? What happened to your eyes? Fried rats gnawed them out while I was asleep, and the sewer water my wounds were washed with was infected, turns out. Pain became a stinging feeling that wouldn't go away, and only got worse. How does a blind old man manage to survive in a place like this? People help me. Good people, not so good ones too. There next to you, weapons are usually transported in crates like those. I want to look inside. weapons. How would something like that wind up in our bottom of the bilge compartment? I am Rogue Trader Zen von Valencius, and you will show me whatever I want. I tell you to show me. Rogue Trader, I've waited for so long, hoping to one day serve you, Lord Captain. The crate. Pathetic fool. That's our secrecy gone right down the shitter. Folks, we're gonna have to make some noise. Common worker, her face so nondescript it looks almost scrubbed off, is aiming a weapon at you that she produced seemingly out of nowhere. Leave no witnesses.
Take a knee and bow before me.
I'll bleed you dry!
Neat, Argenta's going first. I've been ambushed, so I can't really move from where I start. This is fine, though. Argenta, if you go here, you can hit 4 of them.
Guided by faith. I'll do it. You all cannot escape their fate.
Then we revel in slaughter. I should have done this in the other order. Run and gun and then revel in slaughter. That's fine.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Strike is a prayer. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
And then we Furious Recital
That is for the weak.
for 1 billion momentum. Holy shit, that was a lot of momentum gain. Bella, you can come up here.
I am your blade and shield. Witness to the undying Emperor! I bring mercy.
Then you come up here. You Blood Oath.
Shadows will be done. Death is a blessing.
You hop over here.
As the telling
You slice that one. I should have sliced this one, I think. Then I could have hopped here and got 2 of them. That's fine.
I shall not cower. The other side awaits.
I'll do what it takes.
Good enough. Alright, Cassia. You come over here. And you lidless gaze at these 5. After you waking nightmare 4 of them.
I am a navigator.
And then you can give another turn to Argenta. I'll head here. Revel in slaughter. Run and gun. Who's left? Batguard. Batguard. Okay, then you come over here. And you concentrated fire. There we go. I buff myself. Pascal, you can come over here. Well, if it hits... Did not hit.
I've seen worse battles than this.
Abelard, get up there and charge. You taunt.
At your back.
You swore an enemy, and then you shield bash them. Or, you know, just crit and kill. That works too, I suppose.
Tactics are flawed.
We'll buff the heck out of Cabela. Cabela, you get to leap here. That fight was free. Are you alright, Lord Captain? Those cutthroats didn't hurt you, I hope? The man's prosthetic leg has been shot, and it carries his weight awkwardly. What in Throne's name was that? I'm not sure. Perhaps those freeloaders believed in the tales of the Nemesite? As it happens, I've complained to the Captain Frenzo about some idiots who've been painting pictures on the walls, inciting people. What did he say? I've got everything under control. Had I known it would come to this, I'd have nabbed those sods and thrown them into the pestilence pit myself. And now we'll be pestered by enforcers to no end, Void damn it. I'll be speaking to Captain Frenzo about what happened. And I shall leave. We don't care about these auto guns. Also, the stolen auto cannon, while kinda nice and amusing, has a recoil of 50. So, no. Never gonna hit anything with that.
Follow my lead.
Why are there beggars following me around? I don't remember this happening last time. Is it because I'm a noble origin?
still new to the art of exploring.
Never doubt me.
It's about time.
That being so bloody difficult. What's that thing the death cultists say? Your time has come, or what have you? No, please. What did I do? Yeet. Medicaid, 100%. Suffering from a severe but curable disease, one vial of medicine administered at the right time could have saved him.
Victory awaits!
Let us see what I found.
I better myself through my service. The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails.
The machine god grants me insight.
Alright, Cabela, let's see here. You can wear this. And you can wear this. That'll do for now.
None shall stand in my way.
I got a rash. I just keep getting all sorts of garbage down here. Such a wonderful place. Oh, I don't know if I ever did this before.
Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Follow my lead!
Where does this go? That's neat. Right up to the flute player. Well, that makes life way easier going back and forth. Specimens before you must be the most repellent inhabitants in the compartment. They're covered in sores and bald patches, glistening with pus, and the stench of unwashed bodies brings a tear to your eye. One of them glowers at you and grunts, "What you want?" This guy just talks a bunch of nonsense, doesn't believe that I'm the rogue trader, and, there's no option to not attack him anyway, pretty much. And I want to attack him. So I'm just going to go through this real quick. Make sure there's no XP to be had through the dialogue, because I don't remember. Ah, there was. Glad I went through it. I guess there are options to not attack. I'm going to, though. Sentenced to death for committing murder on my ship.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Come to chaos.
Oh, dear God. Everybody's going before me. I'm a wee bit worried here. I rolled so low on the initiative. Shit. Argenta, you come up here. Abelard, you come over here. Pascal. Bella, you come down here as well. Any sort of melee is fine, because, dodge. Alright, I guess that's as good as it's getting.
Guides me.
Oh, there was some melee up here. Hi, Pascal.
Yet I know pain.
Oh. They don't even really hurt.
Out of my way.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Death to non-believers.
Just a minor setback.
Well, Abelard got kicked under the ground, as per usual. We shall come over
Be
here.
careful not to cross my gaze.
Lidless gaze. Yeah, that's whatever.
If I may.
Give a buff to me.
Chaos guides me.
Pascal. Machine Spirit Communion into a cleave.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Argenta, you can come here. Now, you would have to come here. Yes.
God,
And
Emperor,
concentrated
move
fire,
forward. Be
just
the
to make
fire in my
sure.
heart. As the Emperor commands, I am the Tempest. I'll do
Then
it.
you run and gun. Up to here. Or do you go here? Maybe here? Here? Yeah, right here I'll be fine.
Guided by faith.
Revel in slaughter.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor
Furious
commands,
recital.
I act.
I shall buff Argenta.
Suits my purposes. Not a problem for me.
And Argenta shall shoot.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds.
Suits my purposes. Watch and learn.
Nice. I love this toxic needle. It doesn't even count as an attack either, so I can like come up here and then I can do this sort of shenanigan.
Already done.
And then I can give Argenta another turn.
I am fear incarnate.
Where you can move here.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I'll do it. Doubt is for the
Run and
weak.
gun.
Rejoice in battle. This is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
There we go. Abelard's standing back up.
Trust me.
And there's still a ton of people over here. Ah, there's some up this way. Okay. How many charges of this do I have? 2? We Blood Oath.
Death comes in silence.
I will captive audience into Blade Dance. I did not manage to hit that one. That's fine. We parry. And we parry. And we parry. Nice.
The ruinous powers.
Pascal, what the hell hit you? Oh. All of the gunk. Okay. That makes sense. Cassia, come up here.
I've read tomes of military tactics. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Pascal, you can come over here.
As the tactical imperative dictates. Running binary code.
There we are.
The oldest
Joint analysis.
call for a hand's full.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Faith without deeds strike is a prayer. As the Emperor
Revel in
commands,
slaughter.
I act. Doubt is for the
Run and
weak.
gun.
As the Emperor commands,
Free reload.
I act. Faith without deeds.
I will head here for
Forge
now.
ahead!
Abelard, you actually get the move. But
Follow
I'll
my
just have you
lead.
come out here. Cabela, you get to have fun.
Aim for the
Blood
heart
Oath?
next time. Trust me.
Really? You lived with one?
The shadow.
That's fine.
Let your soul be purged. I shall not fail. Killing brings me no pleasure. Let not the righteous fear. May their blades be sharp.
There we go. And it is, once again, time for ads. They will last for 3 minutes. Turns off pre-roll and mid-roll ads for the next hour. And I don't do anything in the meantime, so nobody misses out on any content. I will catch you all in 3 minutes. Alright, the ads are finished. And we have bodies to loot.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I kind of want to equip this to Argenta. He does a lot of collision damage with the shotgun knocking people over. That could be a lot of temp HP.
A new challenge for me.
We'll find out. We'll test it a couple times, and if it's not doing as much as I hoped, then we shall pivot to a different item. Are you here to take Zadina to the other side? No. No, no, no. You're just wandering around in the dark, looking for the light, but it's nowhere to be found? Do you really not see it? Who are you? Old Zadina. Zadina the outcast, Zadina the mad, Zadina the disaster, Zadina the curse, Zadina the spurned. The woman hugs her arms to her chest and starts cackling loudly. Broken chains clink at her emaciated wrists and neck. A ghost of the past, a shadow of the present, only the Undying One knows, he alone. What is this repulsive place? Do you live here? The woman scratches her neck nervously. Here, where the unfortunate meet their undeath. Here, a dumping ground for the bodies of those the Undying One rejects. Here, where pestilence dwells, Zadina welcomes them all. Talks to their ghosts. Here, where Zadina lives? Yes, that sounds right. You talk to ghosts? You can't hear them? They don't like it when people come here. Lord Captain, this woman is clearly ill in both spirit and body. Best to leave her be. Her colors are all mixed, smudged, poised to reveal a pure shade of madness. And yet, scarlet threads separate those trembling patches, preventing her from losing herself. There's a blood symbol next to you. I've seen such marks before. Is this another part of the Song of Trailing Blood? Oh yes, the song. Here, listen, listen. And you'll see if you learn to see. Look into the darkness, look. I peer into the darkness. Cannot fathom what I meant to see here. You peer into the darkness, and you are gradually able to make out the outlines of objects hidden in the shadows. Rotting corpses, rough walls, the twitching death throes of infected people left here to die. You see no light in this place, only more darkness and despair. You don't see, do you? You don't see. Zadina shakes her head frantically and starts tearing off her rags. Strips of her decaying flesh peel off along with them. You will not see until you become like Zadina, the flesh and blood of this ship. How do I become the flagship's blood? Oh, Zadina will show you, and you'll see the true light. Come now.
It's about time.
Whee! The rotating blades promise nothing but a senseless and brutal death. Slipping past them would require some unreasonably precise calculations or blind luck. While listening to the air currents for a moment, you think you hear Zadina's whispered prayer rising from the depths of the shaft. We jump. I've never had this fail before. I wonder what happens if I do. I did not fail. Neat.
None shall stand in my way.
Where does this take me? 20%. What's the worst that can happen?
I did fine.
Wow. I actually got a 20%.
I'll
Holy
lay
shit.
claim to the stars.
We go down.
Follow my lead.
Would have been a fun way to lose a run. Do you actually die if you fail? Like, I don't know, the athletics check or the ventilation shift jump? I'm not sure which one you were referring to. God, I can't seem to wake up today. I just keep having to stretch.
A new challenge for me?
Frail old man, gray beard tinged with blood, folds his wrinkled hands in a ritual gesture. His body is covered in scars, some old, some fresh. His eyes are sewn tightly shut. His mouth is cleft at both corners, making his jaw seem eerily snake-like. And the Lord of the Ark walked the paths of unlife, in the footsteps of the web's very first spinner, and the servants of death bowed before him, for the Daemon is the giver of life. The old man goes still, his head turned to the side. He nods toward the temple's muffled silence. Yes, yes, truth like a stream pours from your lips. We welcome him as the tenets demand. Your hues are almost as pale as the gray of your beard. But what is this? A scarlet whirlwind shines through the faded colors? The 20% jump through... the 20% jump. You're not sure if it can kill? Yeah, I probably would have just ended up with a trauma. That's what usually happens on failed athletics checks. Still, could have been funny though. I would have laughed. I would have laughed and immediately booted up Wrath of the Righteous. Because I did plan out a Lich for that, and I will be playing that off and on. I don't know if I'll be doing it every other day. I do want to focus on this until I get a win, I think. But Wrath of the Righteous will be a nice mix-up occasionally. The Bloodspun Web welcomes its new lord. I'm the Vizier, and for many years we have waited, and now we are here. Yeah, I went through last night, and I spent like 2 hours planning out my build for Wrath of the Righteous. I'll probably spend some more time tonight planning out some companion builds, because I don't think I've run Sela as a pure paladin in a long while, and I will use her until at least Act 3. Since I'm planning on going Lich, I'll probably use the Undead Companions, even though they don't have a lot of dialogue. Just because it's thematic. And because Casteglier is, don't know if I'm pronouncing their name correctly, but they are an absolute unit once you get them. Why is it you invited me here? Death whispered your name and commanded us to honor you with a sacred ritual. But only inside the temple can the spinners perform it. Yes, we are glad he has reached this place. We are glad to serve. What do you mean you've waited for many years? As I delve into my divinations from the flesh and blood of the departed ones, I turn to a relic most ancient and priceless. It is his tarot, inherited by the cult from the matriarch spider who spun the first thread. One of the readings I did back when I still had strength to leave the temple and usher souls on their final journey. That was when, in the intricate tangle of destiny, I glimpsed our meeting. Vizier, is that some sort of title? It is the name we give to the first spinner, the one who has learnt the wisdom of the tenets of the web in order to lead others. I have a duty to instruct and spin bloody threads, but in all other ways, I am as much his servant, and yours, as anyone else in the temple. How did you manage to erect an entire temple in the middle of the ship without anyone noticing? Followers of the cult once inhabited the tunnels between the bay's bulkheads, until the threads of our fate were tangled and a daemon of ages past gave us this compartment. We set ourselves to building spacious halls, where the shadows, the images of him, and the spinners themselves would whisper of death. And thus the temple that you see began to change with the succession of viziers and the cult's generations. We are building it still, slowly but surely. I've walked the path of the matriarch spider, what now? Song of Trailing Blood tells of a path fraught with trials. By accepting it and setting out on the path, you passed the first one, the trial of resolve. For not everyone is prepared to shun their fear and embark on a search for the unknown, a search for death. The trial of compassion was the second one. You passed it when you put yourself, albeit briefly, in the service of another soul, a man suffering from burns. For the choice between life and death is to be made only by those willing to take responsibility for the pain of another. The third was the trial of justice. In assuming the role of judge for an apostate of our faith, you declared your right to influence the balance of life and death that the errant soul had upset. And the fourth was the trial of duty, for duty always leads to death. We are prepared to render our duty to the Undying One, fearless and accepting of our purpose, which is to serve him. You too have proven yourself prepared, and the 4 trials have brought you here. The path I've walked has helped me better understand myself. For the tenets teach us that the lesson learned is in itself the supreme reward for one who is open to self-discovery. Peace, my brother, the time has almost come. I see your eyes are sewn shut. Are you blind, or is that just another of the cult's rituals? I was sighted for much of my life until a disciple of mine violated the tenets, and I realized just how blind I had been. A lesson, but a bitter one. To look with one's eyes alone is to be easily fooled, but the heart cannot be lied to. Such is the truth, and such was my choice. I sealed my eyelids with a kiss of true sight. Now I see more and better. This entire conversation's another test, I imagine. The tenets command us to be prepared for all trials, corporeal and spiritual alike. Are you prepared? His mouth closes, but you can still hear his whisper, a prickling sensation in your face, and is making you increasingly anxious. You raise a hand to your cheek, only to realize you can't feel it. You look at your palm and see a few smudged drops of blood from the vizier's blade. A strange, serene calm envelops your body, your fatigue subsides, and you seem to float in the air. Seeing things that you had not noticed before, the shadows in the corners taking on shape and color, the subdued lumen lights playing on the cultists' bone masks. Are they Billy masks? Their tall, lean, empty-eyed wearers might as well be dead people. A chill runs down your spine. What is the meaning of this? Your heart is beating slowly, your breathing has become deeper, and your thoughts are muddled. You seem to be under the influence of a potent stimulant. I look around the temple. You poisoned me somehow, did you not? My blood is infused with a concoction taken by those who follow the thread. It is sacred and harmless to us, but you it befogs and afflicts. And yet, Damin Zen, you have grasped that the mind may fail the body and senses. This was the trial of spiritual acumen. You've passed it. What happens now? That is for you to tell me. Now you're going to initiate me as a servant of death. Servant of Death, hiss the echoing whispers from the temple. The Vizier bows his head reverently. You have become the blood of the flagship. Now you will become one of his faithful servants. We may not name you a spinner, for a spinner's thread demands the forsaking of one's previous life, but the blood-spun web will still accept you. The tenets allow it, but only for a daemon who has followed the trailing blood until the end. Time for me to get a tasty drink. I think this is red Powerade. I think. Let you know here in a moment. Upon the ritual platform at the Undying Emperor's feet, under the keen gaze of his dark, empty eye sockets, you feel completely insignificant. Surprisingly, the thick blood pouring from his hands onto your brow, chest, and shoulders is still warm. Death has spoken your name, Daemon Zen. Death accepts you. I taste the blood. A rusty taste fills your mouth, causing a spasm in your stomach. Your head is spinning, but you struggle to determine if it is a thrilling sensation or one of profound revulsion. Yeah, no, I think it was. Offer a prayer to the Undying Emperor. Each word consecrated to him echoes in your temples and chest. Your veins become hot, and your blood turns to liquid flame. You have no fear in you. A whisper seems to come from above, from the Emperor's lips of stone. I see you. Could the lingering intoxication still be playing tricks on your mind? The strange rash you developed in the freight line's pestilence pit grows pale and scabs over. The healing grace descends upon you. Death has accepted you, Daemon Zen. Now and for all of time, you are the Blood Warden and the Undying One's most venerable servant. Blood Warden? Very flattering. I will add it to my other titles. Now that you're a part of the Bloodspun Web, remember henceforth to beware of vanity, for it leaves gaping rents in the armor of our souls. Felt as if the God Emperor was watching me. Many he comes, during their time of service, in images of blood and whispers from the shadows, but remember that those are mere visions, for true death will not come for you until your time, and it will take your soul gently in its bony hands. So the ritual is complete? The ritual is complete, but you are not. The Vizier gestures for one of the cultists who is carefully holding a strange garment. Come closer. I get the spinner's ritual vestments. For years we have maintained fealty to the Daemoni. We have collected sacred symbols and relics. You are the first in 3 generations of lords and ladies to grace this sanctum, and the first of them all to be initiated so. We are grateful. We are uplifted in spirit. Hear our exultation, and accept this gift of a vestment sewn from the bones of his faithful with the threads of death. The cultists whisper prayers to the Undying One as they help you change your clothes and regain your faculties. I feel like I've ended up with a lot more XP than I usually do by this point. That's fine. During the extra turn, all their non-attacking abilities cost -1 AP. Over here... I will take this one. It is the only one that is till the end of combat. It is also increased parry and deflection until the end of combat, which is great for Abelard as the tank. No, this one is also until the end of combat. Wait, which one did I... Oh, I already took this one. Yeah, so I take this one. If I was a damage dealer, like, Heinrich's, I would probably take this turn, melee attacks deal an additional warrior's strength bonus divided by 2 damage, but I'm not. So I will take this one. To make sure it grabbed the right one. Yes. Argenta. We grabbed 3 that time. Now, what I see a lot of guides suggest for Argenta is that you take Firearm Mastery. But then, like, immediately after, they go into Arch Militant and take Reckless Rush. And you can just use this, like, every turn, have movement points, and once you get all out on the next level, their attacks no longer cost MP. So why would I, like, I can just Reckless Rush instead. So instead of that, I will go until the end of combat. The soldier's rate of fire is increased by 30%, because I will be using a heavy bolter. Over here, we take the all non-attacking abilities cost -1 AP. Bella. We had the one that gives 4 additional charges of Death from Above, and Death from Above deals plus agi bonus additional damage. This time, we will get the one that debuffs the enemy for each strike from it. And then Pascal, you gain the, or you grab the other debuff for yours. You are highly unlikely to be using yours frequently. Especially since I plan on swapping you out once I get the Cyber Raven for Idira.
It's about time.
We have a 76% chance on Medicae here.
Just as he ordained.
Easy. Smoke tickles your nostrils, making you slightly dizzy. Such substances are known to induce visions or hallucinations. Only a 65% athletics. Why is it so low?
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance. An expected result.
There we are. Bloody Pact is just absolutely amazing on pretty much anybody. The knife grants its wielder a special ability called Crimson Rage, which allows you to suffer damage equal to 25% of their maximum wounds and regain an action point. Can be used multiple times per turn as long as the wielder has at least 50% wounds. I will be putting it on Abelard, probably. I will 100% be putting it on him once he gets a rock saw, but since he doesn't have it yet, I might put it on somebody else first. The Spinner's Blade, I don't really care too much about that. And Crimson Intoxicants, sure. Abelard, you can have it.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I think this is a hidden goods container. Yes. And it has, whenever the wearer makes a melee attack, they regain 1 wound. Yep.
What torment?
Bella, you can wear that. You make a bunch of melee attacks.
None shall stand in my way.
Stop! There!
Show me the way. To the Void Ship Bridge. I still have Echo of Torment. I don't know how to get rid of that. Just a minus 10 perception, perception penalty, though. Which, thankfully, I don't use. I'm not too worried about it. I don't know if I've done this yet. So I shall check. Kind of just an excuse to come in here and listen to the music, but...
to the stars.
Protect us from the machine spirit's unrest, for without his gifts, our sacrifices are fruitless. What's going on here? Sacred Compiler is ailing your lordship. A gloom has come over the machine spirits, and they are disrupting the mechanism's operation. The 12th row of the drum is now adding incorrect symbols. We summoned the servants of the Omnissiah, but the machine spirits are none too eager to heed their prayers. The esteemed Engine Seer is in a state of tech prayer trance and hasn't moved from the spot for a day now. I had the audacity to think the Sacred Compiler could be better helped by examining its parts, but who am I to question the secret knowledge of the Adeptus Mechanicus? Unit Sigma AR-87 is currently in a tech trance of shared comprehension with the spirit of the Archaeotech device, cataloged under the name Stream Spindle. Disturbing the unit is not recommended. However, a preliminary diagnostic has revealed several algorithmic faults that are in conflict with the mechanism's processes. Practical intervention into the certain cycles will likely aid the release of the accumulated burden. Let's see if there's any way I can help.
My success is irrefutable.
Victory awaits.
The machine god grants me insight. Operation successful. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality. The machine god grants me insight.
Is there anything else I need to do here? Nope, talk to the Astropath. Your lordship, the sacred mechanism is working again with no disruptions. How lucky we are that the venerable tech priest is so pious and wise. This statement is true. I recommend installing 2 incense burning units in this compartment to prevent the spirit's continued anger. The unit Zachary Weiss will be provided with a list of minor recommendations, 142 in total, for improvements to this compartment's maintenance. Failure to implement these will result in sanctions on the part of Adeptus Mechanicus priesthood. I have something for you. Thanks to your assistance in repairing the compiler, we have been able to interpret most curious message. Could be a message from Voidveer. Here's more likely the intended recipient. When was the signal sent? Cannot say with certainty, your lordship. Following the repair work, I went through texts that had defied decoding before. The signal had lost its way into the bowels of the mechanism. Could be a week old or years. What does the message say? Only a few words. Lilmid. Odainathus, 11. The winds have ceased. It is done. Little Mid is Voidfear's call sign for special reports, but the rest is a code we are unfamiliar with. That said, we know where to look for the truth. The Odinithus 11 system. I will get to the bottom of that message. I have no doubt of that, your lordship. Cool. Now we head to the Electrodynamic Cenobium. Yeah, I'm content with this setup.
A new challenge for me.
We have a
I
lore
rise to the
Imperium here.
occasion.
Lay people unworthy of entering the hallowed Cenobium humbly said their prayers next to this computational altar.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Excellence matters.
The pieces are molten at the edges. The statue is likely blasted by a barrage from a multi-laser turret, the type found on landing force shuttles.
As it should be.
Judging by the dead people's equipment, they were the same wardens the governor sent to the monastery's
None
aid.
shall stand in my way.
I see I've dropped frames at some point. My internet needs to stop shitting the bed.
It's about time.
Mistress Cabana, you move with the utmost confidence in unfamiliar places. And yet, until now, you have spent your entire life on a void ship.
This place is almost like the plasma drive chambers on the flagship. The deadly flashes of the machine's spark, the smell of scorched flesh, and threads that must be severed.
Alright,
Victory
gonna head over
awaits.
here.
My warp sight reveals something.
Why is Pascal in front? And why... What the hell happened to my team here? There we go. Tech Priest's body rests on a metal table surrounded by sparking spirals of copper coil. A patina of sacred unguents covers his withered flesh. His augmetics have been polished with great care. Intricate electus cover the dead man's crossed arms and bare torso, and strands of wires envelop his head. Haskell respectfully bows his head before the dead man and carefully touches the shriveled body with the tip of his mechandrite. Honored adherent, I thank you for showing us the truth of Fabricator General Pekrovar's maxim. Death does not end the service of a spirit driven. Examine the body. Body seems motionless, but you notice a slight tremor in the fingertips. This ancient servant of the Omnissiah must be data dreaming. His mind, enveloped in a digital reverie, can persist for hundreds or thousands of years while his frail body is decaying. This sacred state of trance is a great reward only earned by the wisest and most pious servants of the machine god. Such purity of color. I've never seen anything like it. Deep tranquility shrouded in a cool white cloud. Such unity of thought and spirit. The dead are incapable of exuding such hues. Next at the table, the body is resting on, you see small amulets crafted from burned cogitator circuit boards. There's no dust on these small offerings. They were clearly left here recently. Can you hear me, Tech Priest? The light in the crypt becomes a little brighter and sharper, and the smell of ozone fills the air. In the dark hour, I am ready to bring you good tidings, Tech Brethren. Now respond with the words of the second galvanic hymn. The second galvanic hymn is a revered and miraculous prayer of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Naturally, you know it very well. Let us praise the twin charges, the body electric, and the Omnissiah who lights the sparks of reason within us. Let us carry his charge to those who have turned their minds toward his light. Let it be so indeed. The monastery is under attack by heretics. Can you help? In my data dream, I saw their unholy requests and rejected them angrily, for it is said in the 4th article of security, no unbeliever's hand shall intrude upon the operation cycle. They have seditious designs on the relic, but should I give you, who does not belong to our faith and fellowship, my blessing to stand up to the blasphemers? I may not be a member of your priesthood, but you and I are of the same faith. The statement is true. The 1st article of security says, fear above all evils, the defilement of knowledge, and its command outweighs the prohibition contained in the 6th article of security, let knowledge be locked away from the ignorant. So be it. In the name of shaming the unbelievers, I grant you the blessing of special access and protection from the rage of the motive force.
Follow my lead.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
And here, I will be swapping out Abelard for the first time in, like, ever.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro Priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the Corpse Emperor!
And another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
The tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread and marked by several reddish-brown stains. A forced sword and a vox hang from his belt, and the emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest.